So it's a windy day, so you're gonna have to excuse the wind, but just walking down here, this area is kind of trying to manage it to some level, but you can see some nice apples coming on the apple tree. But there's a lot of work to be done. This path, I had an idea about doing a path here, but that's gonna all go. So what I'm doing at the moment is, well, you can see over here there's a lot of strawberries. That was supposed to be a strawberry patch that it's kind of not working. I have to redo it. But you can see we have this big apple tree here, this kind of feature, I suppose. So there's a lot of apple trees around here, so I guess we call it the orchard. But yeah, so first steps here, I'm gonna have to deconstruct some of the things that I've done. For example, I've got a lovely, well, I think it's quite lovely flower bed over here. And this is a sort of, it's supposed to be for kids to, you know, grow some vegetables. Probably doesn't fit into the aesthetic of a Zen garden. So the first step, I guess, is to build a path, which I've started here. For now I'm using bark. Ultimately it might be converting it to wood chips, to gravel or something like that. Again, something has to be done here because these weeds are taking over. A lot of these trees are dead. You can't see it, but they are. They've been topped, they're conifers, they've been topped. This was going to be a kind of a campsite, but again I'll have to rethink that one. I think the first project really is, this area here is going to be like a rockery, and I'll talk more about that. That's another video perhaps, rockery with ferns. My first sort of major project, well, maybe the second one, because the first project is this path. So how am I going to do this path? Well, here there was no actual weeds underneath, or there was no grass, but here there was. What I'm doing is basically cardboard and some bark on top. Now you could use wood chips, but my understanding is wood chips breaks down a lot quicker. Bark in its nature, I think it has certain content in it, like lignin or something, some sort of, I'm not sure exactly, but there's something in the bark that makes it hardier and less likely to break down. So we'll see how that goes. Cardboard is just to kill the weeds underneath, otherwise the grass will be popping through. So yeah, so the idea eventually is, as you walk down here, it's a strolling effect where you come in here and you go down this way. You can't, this tree came down in a storm, you can't actually see it, but there is a pathway down there past some of the outbuildings. And again, this is an apple tree that was cut right back and it started to regrow. So yeah, so why not put down some landscape fabric and then the wood chips? Well, what's going to happen is eventually these wood chips will break down. They are organic matter and they'll convert into essentially some kind of a compost. Now it will take a while, but we don't want that. If there's then landscape fabric, at least in this scenario, it's going to break down and feed the ground underneath. If I ever want to change this path or change it back to plant something, it's possible to plant into it. Whereas if there's fabric in here, there's no planting happening. So it keeps the options open. I'll obviously have to top it up every couple of years. So it's not like a long-term solution, but it's a solution for now. Just to start to build some structure in here, because at the moment it's just kind of grass and weeds and a mishmash of ideas, a few apple trees, and a lot of dead trees that you can see that they just look horrible. The aesthetic is awful. So yeah, so this is job number one, putting down the bark, and then job number two probably is starting to build a rockery, or maybe just continue to clear this area here. They convert this, you know, reweed all this, start to think about some kind of obviously much bigger rocks than this, but a rockery area.